Hi, it's Simone from SimoneRussell.com, and today I wanted to share with you a breathing technique called box breathing. It's also known as 4x4 breathing or even square breathing. And if you're a yogi or you practice yoga, which a lot of my community do, you may have come across this technique in breathing or in pranayama, part of a yoga practice. And the breath is such a powerful way for us to manage our stress. And the breath is something that is automatic. It's controlled by the brain. It's something that happens subconsciously. We're not even aware that there is, this process going on. It's just something that we do and that happens. But fortunately, it's also something that we can consciously shift, change, shape, and influence. And when we're feeling stressed, or if we know we've got something stressful coming up, we can use the breath to basically tap into the rest and digest response and to try to reduce the stress response, so that fight or flight. Now, when we're in fight or flight, the breathing becomes shallow, it becomes rapid, it's often very fast, and it happens more up in the chest. And this technique that I'm going to talk you through today, and you get to have a practice of with me, it really encourages you to breathe more deeply into the abdomen and into the diaphragm. So more this sort of diaphragmatic breathing, which is really, really helpful at reducing stress. Now, box breathing helps to not only reduce stress, but it helps to improve our mood and to regulate our breath. And it also is just a really perfect reset. I highly recommend doing this in the moment. Again, it's free. You can do it anywhere. You don't need a lot of time to do it either. So it's a really great technique to use in stressful situations or if you're feeling overwhelmed or anxious. Now, it's also a technique you can use if you know you've got something stressful coming up. So it could be that, you've got this presentation and you hate public speaking, or you've got a social event on and you have some sort of social anxiety. Or it could be that, you've got an important interview and you're just starting to feel a bit nervous. This can be a really beautiful technique to practice before things that might be triggering, so that might, be stressful, overwhelming, or anxiety provoking. So really, really great technique. Let's get into it. There are four components. Sorry, I should say four. Four components. Really, really simple. I'm going to use my finger to create a box or a square as we go through. And a lot of people find that this is actually quite a mindful experience to follow the square. And you can do this if you're practicing this technique on your own, but obviously if you're watching this video, you can follow along and use my reference point to follow the square. But a lot of people like that it's not just breathing, it's also this visual of the square that helps them to become more mindful and to really pay their attention to their breath and to the square. So 4 steps. You breathe in to the count of 4, you hold to the count of 4, you breathe out to the count of 4, and you hold to the count of 4, and that makes the square, so 4x4. And if you find like the count of 4, I usually use the count of 4 rather than 4 seconds. I find the count of 4 is better for me personally because I can modify how long that 4 goes for. So it might not be 4 seconds, it might be that it's under 4 seconds, but I'm still counting to 4. And I can stretch that out a little bit as I improve with the technique. You can also do this technique starting off with 2x2 or 3x3. So there are some modifications that you can do if you like. So just sitting up straight, it might be just coming a bit away from the back of the chair, just a really good, comfortable position for breathing so that you have space and room for the lungs to expand and contract as we do this process. And that there's no restriction to your breathing. Sometimes when we're sort of all hunched over, maybe over our phone, that's not the most ideal place or position for us to be breathing optimally. So let out the breath and let's get started. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Filling up the lungs, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath, 2, 3, 4. Filling up the belly, 3, 4. hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Just allow your breath now to return to a normal, natural rhythm. And just spend a few moments checking in, noticing how you're feeling in the body, how you're feeling in the mind. You know, it might be that you want to do a couple of small little movements just to stretch out and just to release any other tension that might be in the body. Just noticing how it feels to do a simple practice for a few rounds. And you can do this, 3 to 10 cycles is, anywhere in that in that range of 3 to 10 cycles might be enough for you. It's a really simple, short practice, as you've seen. So if you wanted to modify, it might look like this. Breathing in, 2, 3. Hold, 2, 3. Breathing out, 2, 3. Hold, 2, 3. Breathing in, 2, 3. Hold, 2, 3. Breathing out, 2, 3. Hold, 2, 3. So thank you so much. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to the channel, and you can always hit like if you really liked the video. And if you've got family or friends would benefit from more tips and techniques on stress management, stress reduction, and really just learning how to cultivate calm in their life, then please do share this video with them or encourage them to come across to my website and subscribe to my newsletter.